Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's nice to have you guys here and it's nice to be back. To my regulars, my subscribers, I know that I've been really quiet lately. This full moon kicked my ass. Yeah, gave me a bit of a run for my money. I've been really busy with work, and so just to try and preserve, re-energizing just has taken a little bit longer than it usually does. So sorry that I haven't been here for a while, but as I always say, I don't just come here to spit out readings because, so that you can see my face. My energy is very important. I care about the message that I'm channeling for you. I am a medium, so I channel the message. And it's important that I am able to be a clear channel for my readings. So I wait until my energy is right and then I show up. Okay, so I hope you guys have been well. I trust and believe that wherever you found yourself over the past week, that it is exactly where you needed to be. Now, the reading that I'm wanting to do today is, I want to take a look, for those of you who find yourself, or have found yourself in a third-party situation with your person, whoever your person may be, the person that you are here wanting to receive a message about. If there's been another person that you have felt or believe has been the hindrance in your connection, I want to take a look at whether or not your person is still in love with him or her. That's what we're taking a look at today. So I'm doing 5 piles, which means I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm going to answer the relevant question. I want to answer this question for you, for those of you who are interested. This is a timeless reading. It is a pick-a-pile reading. I will show you the various decks because I'm going to be using a different deck for each pile. So it's 5 decks. And this will help you to decide on your particular message, which number you should go for. Now, I've had some of you complain in the comments that you can't hear me, so I did get a mic and I'm hoping that this works better. I do try and project my voice. Many of you don't complain about it, but for some reason there's been 1 or 2 people here and there that have said they cannot hear. So let me know in the comments if it sounds better, if it's better, if it works better, then great. Okay, to those of you who are new, I am Elif, High Priestess Elif. I am a psychic medium, spiritual healer, and spiritual life coach. I channel this message. I speak to spirit. I have spirit in my ear. I have spirit with me, showing me impressions, showing me pictures, showing me visions, bringing me messages into your situation, giving me confirmation. So as I read the cards, spirit confirms exactly what it is about, and that is what I share with you. I always ask that you settle into your intuition. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading. First and foremost, to help you to know which deck is yours. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay? So that you can receive an accurate message. It is a general message. It is a collective reading. It's not going to fit for everybody. And to those of you who do find that it resonates on some level, or perhaps it doesn't, and you prefer to have a personal reading, I do personals. My email address is in the description box below. You will find it in this description box below. It's info@evolvewithelif.co.za. That is the only email address that I arrange and schedule bookings via. So please be careful because we do have scammers. We have issues with people pretending to be online readers and then scamming people and taking their money. I'd hate for that to happen to you guys. So take a few deep breaths. Pause if you need to. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you and to help you to recognize and know which deck is yours first and foremost, but also whether or not a message is in fact for you, if the roles need to be reversed and vice versa. Whatever fits, don't try and make things fit that don't fit. If you are interested in more than one person, then you pick more than one pile or more than one deck. Okay? Right, I think that's it. I'm going to begin. Right, let's start with pile 1, deck 1. Let me just do this before I begin. So, for pile 1s, I'm going to be using the Spirited Tarot. Okay, so this is what they look like. This is what the pictures look like. And this is the deck. It's your Spirited Tarot. Pile 2, I'm using the Rider-Waite, which is your traditional Rider-Waite. Pile 3, I'm using the Lady Brinth Tarot, which is, it looks like this. It's not that you can see much there. Let's see. And that's the deck. Pile 4, I'm using the Dragon Tarot. And that's what the Dragon Tarot looks like. My light is in the way. And for pile 5, I'm using the Tattoo Tarot. Okay, so hopefully that helps you make your decision as well. Right, now let's begin so that I don't waste any further time. Right, thank you, Spirit. For my pile 1s, the person that they have in mind, the person that they hold in their heart space, the person that they are wanting to receive this message for, please tell us, does their person still love the other person? The other person that they know and recognize there has been a link or is a link between. Does pile 1's person still love the third party or the other person? Okay, let's see. Thank you, Spirit. So, pile 1, Spirit shows me that this person of yours and the other person, the third party, I'm just going to call them the other person. I'm not going to call them a karmic or the third party. You might be the third party, whatever. The other person. Spirit is saying that there's been a long-term commitment here. It could be that your person is married to this other person, or that they've been living together, or they've been in one another's lives for a long period of time. Spirit is showing me that for some of you, your person, they share children, they've raised children together, their families are somewhat intertwined as well. Okay, but the answer is that even though your person, both of these people have really wanted to honor this connection, they've tried really hard for the sake of all that they've invested in. This has been a very, very toxic situation. They don't get along. They rub one another up in the wrong way. They're in their egos about it. It's all ego. It's I want to prove a point. Spirit is also showing me that for some of you, it's almost a matter of, I'm not going to be the one to walk away. I can't stand you, but I'm not going to be the one to walk away because I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of making me the bad guy. It's ego. Or making me the bad person. Whether it's male or female, you take the roles as they fit. This has been very, very unpleasant and very unhappy. These people fight a lot, and there is no love here. There's a lot of lots of investment that's been made, and they've stayed in the situation, or they've kept trying because of the fact that they've invested so much, and there's been so much time that's passed here, but there is definitely no love. There's no love here. This is ego. It's not pleasant, lots of fighting, lots of unhappiness. These two people have been torturing one another, and the best thing they can do is let one another go. But as I say, it's ego, and ego says, I'm going to be stubborn, and I'm going to stick it out, because I'm not going to give you the opportunity to blame everything on me. This person's also been watching you, and this person is constantly wrestling with the choice that they need to make, and that choice pertains to you. They believe that they will be happier with you, Power One. Your person watches you and is waiting for the opportunity, and what Spirit shows me is it's as if your person's waiting for this other person to mess up, or to get so fed up and to be so tired of it that they just walk away and set your person free so that they can come towards you. But Spirit is guiding them to release the ego constructs and to be courageous enough to make the right decision here. But there's too much ego involved. And you might feel like, oh, I would be so happy if my person would just make this decision and not care what anybody thinks and come towards me and not worry about their pride. But you don't. When someone is in their ego this much, they're not in the right energy to be a vibrational match to real love. And that's the reality here. They're still in this, they're stuck where they are willingly, because they have a lot of growing to do to line up with the kind of love that they really want. They're not ready yet. They're too much in their ego, and the two don't go together. So I just want to know anything else about this dynamic with your person and this other person that Spirit would like for you to be aware of, or any advice. Okay, so Spirit is saying that your person really would like to make a romantic offer towards you, but they are blocked because they are waiting for things to clear up, for this to fall apart, for the other person to leave, to set them free. And they've given their power away. How do you wait for someone else to set you free? How do you give your power away like that? It's ego. So even though they really want to come towards you and make you a romantic offer, whatever they are offering, whether it's in the form of communication or sending lovely messages or whatever it may be, it's not what you want, which comes back to what I said before. They are not in the right energy vibration. They are not yet aligned to what they really want, which is to be in love and happy with you. They're not aligned with that. And yes, you are right that there's a lot of potential here and that you guys can be very happy and have it all. But that's not something you can assert into your person's experience. They've got to welcome it and attract it. And if they're in a lower vibration the way they are now, where they can't say, look, I'm not going to make this about pride. I want to put my pride aside. I want to do the right thing here. This is a person I'm dealing with. And as much as I feel as though I'm imprisoned, this person also feels that way. I'm not being kind here. I'm being cruel by hoping that this partner suffers enough that they set me free so that I can have the higher ground. It's very, very egotistical. It's not a nice energy, and I'm not saying that is who your person is at the core, but that's how they're showing up currently. And so you need to just step back in love. But you need to step back so that your person cannot have this comfort of always knowing that you are there and you are waiting around. Step back and start flourishing, but not in an angry way, with a high step into your highest vibration in all that you are doing. Let go in love and light, and allow your person to realize that they're not being who they really want to be right now, you know. So that is what I would advise. We're going to move on to pile 2. We want to take a look at whether or not pile 2's person is still in love with the other person. Thank you, Spirit. Pile 2. Is pile 2's person still in love with the other person? The other person that pile 2 is thinking of, that has a connection to pile 2's person. Is there love there? Are they still in love with them? This is not dependent on gender, guys. You know how the story fits. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this looks like a karmic connection that your person's trying to close out. They're going back and forth with this though. They're afraid of making a mistake. But it looks as though they're getting ready to leave this connection. This is about stability, a sense of stability that they might have had with this person, a false sense of security, but I'm not seeing love here. I'm definitely seeing that your they know they need to walk away. They are walking away. They feel as though every day they're distancing themselves a little bit more from this person. Okay? But there is a energy of, there's a bit of a yo-yoing energy. It's as if your person doesn't believe, they're not confident that they will be doing the right thing. They're afraid of making a mistake here that they will regret. But they definitely, I feel as though your person's in 2 places. They're trying to manifest something new, and they are wanting to bring passionate communication towards you. Yeah, it looks to me as though this person is done with this other person and this other connection in so many ways, but they're still not they're just questioning every move that they are making, and definitely wanting to manifest something new here with you. Okay. But what Spirit is showing me is that you are going to have to Spirit is saying to me, Pile 2, that your person sees in you what they feel they haven't been able to get in this other relationship. Your person has a tendency to want to be in control. They have a tendency to they can manipulate things a little bit. And that's why they're doing this back and forth thing, because they're wanting to see how much you are still willing to offer them. They want to come in and they have this conversation with you, share passions, and to see where you are and to see if you will have them and if you're still willing to give them what it is they feel that they are missing in love and in a relationship. But your person has issues with addiction, and your person still needs to learn what real love is. That's the truth. So for Pile 2, I'm getting that where Spirit is saying, just because your person's walked away from something and is coming towards you fast and furiously, doesn't mean that they know how to love yet. It's a different story, Pile 2. You take it as it resonates. If you've experienced absolute love from your person, that's different. But if what I'm saying resonates and you haven't yet seen whether or not your person has the capacity to really give because I'm getting the energy of someone that feels so depleted that they're just reaching out for what they can get to fill themselves. There is addiction here, there is codependence. And the best way to check that is, even when your person's walked away, if you can offer them love and friendship without an expectation of more and without giving too much, and if they can appreciate that, then great. But if they want more because they expect you as a partner, or some people can't be single, they go from one person to the next, and in fact they're miserable in relationships, but they don't leave it until they've got someone else that they know is going to take that person's place. I'm getting a very, very I'm not getting a healthy energy here, so this is just a warning from Spirit, okay? Yeah. Trust your intuition, pile 2. You know how it fits. You know what your story is, and if you're not certain, you can get a private reading with me. Contact me. My email is in the description box below. But I'm going to move on to pile 3. Right, pile 3. Thank you, Spirit. We're asking the question, does my pile 3's person still love the other person? Does pile 3's person still love the other person? Okay. The person that pile 3 has in mind, and the other person that they have a connection with. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So, there's been a choice here. This other person that you have in mind, pile 3, your person thought that they were the one. They always thought that this other person was right for them. And that they needed to make it work somehow. But since meeting you, pile 3, they've come to realize that no, there's a distinct difference. There's a no. Okay, so when you came into this person's life, they realized there was a big, big distinction between you, the energy that you embody, and what you've brought into their lives, and this other person. And you made this other person look really, really, it was a poor comparison. Made them question, it made your person question a lot of things here. Their own judgment, why suddenly they have a completely different perspective. Are they even right? Because they've believed a particular thing for such a long time. And Spirit is showing me there was a choice between you and this other person. And the idea of this other person just seemed easier to accept, because they had thought about it and committed to it so many times and so long ago. Spirit is also saying they chose this other person, or to gravitate in this other direction, because it was easier emotionally. This person was trying to protect themselves emotionally, not emotionally mature, and that's why they chose the opposite of what they knew intuitively would be the best. So the best analogy I can make is, if someone comes to you and says, you can choose a car, any car that you want, and there is a racing car or let's say a Ferrari, I don't know that much about cars, but like a really, really fancy sought after vehicle, or there's your regular VW. If that person is not comfortable and secure within themselves, they'll probably go for the regular VW, because they'll be worried that if they choose the other thing, it might be a trick, and the person might say, oh, we were testing you, and no, we're not giving it to you, you have to pay a certain portion. But if they take the modest vehicle, then the chances are greater that they can get it, and even if there's some kind of trick behind it and they've got to pay a portion, they can maybe afford to do that. But if they were to receive it, to get whatever vehicle they want free, they'd want something that they believe they can afford to maintain. And if someone doesn't have a lot of confidence in themselves and their ability to take care of something, then they will go for that which they feel is of slightly lower value, but they're still going to be able to get from A to B. And that's what I'm seeing here. So Spirit is showing me that your person spends a lot of time thinking about you, remembering the good times, reminiscing, wanting to come towards you, and to have an opportunity at this happiness that they experienced with you. Because something's happened between them and this other person. They've had a huge wake-up call. But they're not sure if what they have to offer is enough, or if it's enough for you. This person has a very high regard for you. This person, you might feel as though they've rejected you, Pile 3. This person didn't reject you. You repelled them. You showed them where your standard was, and they weren't sure they could meet it. So they went with the person who has lower standards. And that's blown up in their face. This person, it's so obvious that this person knows that you are the higher value person, that they would be happier with you. But also your person looks at you, they're not sure if what they have to offer is enough, and they see that you're happy on your own, that you don't need anybody. They see you as a very, very spiritual person, very spiritually favored, very guided, abundant. You've brought so much joy into their lives, and they don't know if they even deserve you. Yeah, this person sees you as being so attractive, charismatic, able to have and do and be whatever it is you want. I really sense, Pile 3, that your person's self-esteem is not great. And the choice that they've made here has furthermore contributed to their self-esteem, a low self-esteem. So, okay, let's move on to Pile 4. Thank you, Spirit. We're taking a look at Pile 4 and their person. We're asking the question, is your person still in love with the other person? Are they still in love with the other person? Yeah. Spirit. Okay, so your person's felt very burdened in the connection with this other person. And they've almost felt as though they've needed to earn their way out of a situation that has been very burdensome. And I don't see love here. I do see that your person is really wanting to cut this connection or the situation out. Okay, so powerful. If you are a fire sign or you have fire in your chart, the reason Spirit wants you to know that the reason why their current situation has become further burdensome for them is because of the connection that they feel with you. This is very possibly, like Power 3 was, a divine connection. This person's never experienced a connection the way that they've experienced with you. They've never experienced feeling so at one with someone, such equality from an emotional perspective. And your person feels a lot of passion towards you. But it's as if they're waiting for this wheel of fortune to come into the upright position. There's something that they're waiting on so that they can feel, okay, now I've done my time, I've done what I needed to do, I've balanced my karma, and I'm finally free. So that I can be happy and have this abundance with my Power 4s. Okay. Any advice for Power 4 Spirit? Well, Spirit is saying to me, look, you need to understand that if your person is balancing karma, it means you need to balance karma. Don't sit around waiting. Take this time to grow. Take this time to develop who you are. Take this time to set yourself free from things that hold you in a backward position and a backward place, so that you guys can come into balance and to alignment sooner than later. Yeah. There's healing that needs to take place, Spirit says. This is a people who you don't even realize see the love between you guys and know and recognize the beauty that is evident here. This is a desire, both your desires coming together and meeting. You are this person's wish fulfillment. But you need to accept that if that is the case, why is it so complicated? If two people love one another and they have such a beautiful connection, why are the issues? Because sometimes you're not a vibrational match to what it is that you actually desire. It's easier to see that the other person is not a vibrational match. But that is what Spirit is saying. You are not a vibrational match to what you desire. So do that work. Come into alignment with it. Let go of the things that hold you back. Right, moving on to Power 5. Thank you, Spirit. We're taking a look at my Power 5. Is their person still in love with the other person? Thank you, Spirit. Power 5. This connection between your person and the other person is a divine connection. There's deep love there. There's a lot of, it's a deeply spiritual connection. It's your yin and yang connection. This is the kind of love, this is a soulmate connection that I'm seeing here. So there's a lot of love between them. And it looks to me as though your person sees a new opportunity to honor this connection even more so. They see that everything that they've done and all their behavior that has not contributed towards their connection with this other person in a positive way, that it's been part of them growing and healing. They see that connection as something very important. I do see that things have happened perhaps a situation with you or other things that might have hindered the connection with this other person, but it's actually just helped to melt the ego a lot more, and it's actually just contributed to seeing the love that they have for this other person more. I do see that power five, this person has made a romantic gesture towards you in the past, but it's not real. It's not real. It's just their player energy. This person struggles with liking the attention of others, but their heart and their devotion is really with their person. So power five, probably not what you wanted to hear, but you will know if it resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, then obviously it's not your pile. But if it does and you're not sure, you're welcome to contact me for a personal, as I've said. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I trust that these have answered a really pressing question for you. Love and light, do what is best for you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.